We're happy, nifty Norbots. We overshadowed Doctor Who.
Oh, so did I as it goes. Well, that was more South London than flipping Wales. Hello, and welcome to my review of An Igloo. And today I'll be retrospectively reflecting on Doctor Who Joy to the World, written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Alex Sanjeev Pillay. Enough time has passed. What do we make of it? This festive special is the most typical Moffat script ever. The humorous dialogue can be cringe, the plot meanders, and it offers nothing new from this writer. However, there's still so much to love about this episode. It's filled with lots of heart. Most characters, even those that appear for a short amount of time, feel well realised and likeable. Every actor delivers a great performance. Nicola Coughlan, though she appears way less than we all thought, is charming, fun and heartbreaking. Joel Fry is also fun and reacts well to the script's plot. Jonathan Arris acts excellently behind the makeup, very compelling. The fact that he's a Silurian is kind of pointless, but it is still nice to see one again, and it's always nice to have a Doctor Who antagonist painted as a good-natured being, for a change. The standout of this episode, both from a performance and writing perspective, is Stephanie Diwali as Anita. This could have easily been cut as it stalls the plot, but the character, the situation, they're just so captivating and moving. Ncuti Gatwa is phenomenal in this episode anyway, as I expected, but these scenes with Stephanie are just so full of nuance. It's infectious. Seeing them have fun and share emotional moments together is bittersweet. Should Anita have been the focus of the whole episode or at least become a companion? Hell no! I think it's so powerful and speaks to the Doctor's character that he can form random connections like this in his travels. It shows he values all people, is fascinated by others' lives, is all too ready to help, and is patient, especially considering this all happened to pass the time to get back to the Time Hotel, a whole year. Anita doesn't need to be here, but she worked exceedingly well, and was about the only unexpected thing in this episode. As I said, this is basically the most Moffat Christmas episode you can possibly think of. High concept, witty, an evil organisation, and lots of witty time travel. Nevertheless, his lineup of guest stars as their respective characters are all standouts and complement the story well. The plot of a hotel having access to all of history for its customers is a fun and creative idea. However, it kind of devalues the role of the Time Lords as these sacred, all-powerful beings. It perhaps could have been more interesting for an ignorant Doctor to only learn of the hotel after he arrives at it, and is therefore deeply concerned of the organisation's blatant misuse of time as a tourist spot. Maybe the Time Lord's absence after the Time War has opened up the possibility of other, and consequently irresponsible species having access to the vortex, thus deeply troubling the Doctor. It's only a little nitpicking issue with the concept, just trying to think of linking this plot to the main lore of the show. I can't help it, I'm a nerd. I think what this episode needed most to improve it is a villain. Yeah, we have Villengard. Get it? Villengard. Ha ha ha. Oh. But they're just a faceless foe, and they lack personality or depth or nuance. It makes the plot less personal and the situation devoid of colour or layers. Perhaps Villengard could have been replaced with an AI like Gus from Mummy on the Orient Express. If you can't have an in-person antagonist with depth, maybe you could lean into a purely sinister one, a concealed and all-knowing threat that could have personality and form, but is too many steps ahead of our heroes to give them the satisfaction of a clear identity. Just a thought. Overall, Joy to the World, while predictable in areas, still succeeds at being heartwarming, fun and poignant. The fuck the Tories moment, the characters flourishing despite their flaws, and the varied set pieces, it's all enriched viewing and perfect for Christmas. It's about learning to like and even love people and their company despite their imperfections. And though it's far from a masterpiece, I'd still watch it again with a smile and perhaps even a tear. I'd rate Joy to the World with a strong 6 weird hotel fantasies involving 2 men and a briefcase out of 10. As for my thoughts on the Season 2 trailer, meh. It looks edgy and mysterious, sure, but fails to capture my attention. Apart from this moment, woohoo, my dad is absolutely bored with Doctor Who and thinks the show has run its course. However, even he saw this moment and proclaimed, "Whoa!" Maybe that's what this trailer needed. Put the new season's big ideas front and centre. The creators should be asking themselves, how can we make this series look new and memorable? While Varada Sethu seems to be a confident and welcomed addition to the main cast and crew, still, a bunch of us did notice something. Season 1 had a blonde, white-skinned 19-year-old as its companion. The Christmas special featured a famous guest star with a comedic flair. Now, Season 2 has a dark-skinned, slightly older companion who works at a hospital, played by an actor that appeared as a smaller role in the prior season. Anyone else getting a sense of déjà vu by any chance? That pretty much sums up my feelings about Doctor Who right now. It's treading a lot of familiar ground. The writers, namely Russell T Davies, are plagiarising their own work or template. I long for fresh blood and new ideas. I'm sadly reminded of a clip from Doctor Who Confidential in 2007, where David Tennant, Russell T Davies and Phil Collinson discuss how great it would be if in years to come the programme is run by people who grew up or were inspired by their iteration, just like they were when they were young. Fast forward over 15 years later, and it's still being run by the same people, including Tennant returning for the 60th. I can't help but feel kinda sad about this. Can Doctor Who truly escape its past and enter a bright future? Or are its best days behind it?